Mag-English kaya ako? If you're watching this, you're interested to choose aviation as your career. You wanted to fulfill your childhood dream to work with airplanes. Of course, your first choice is to become a pilot, but the reality that you cannot afford it really bites hard. So you want an alternative. You typed on Google aviation jobs, clicked on the top in-demand jobs. You see pilot, out of the question. Engineer, too much math. Maintenance technician, complicated aircraft systems. Flight attendant, not patient enough to handle passengers. So you're really choosy. So you want to become a pilot, but you cannot afford to be one. So what can you do? I have a good news for you. I'm pretty sure you'll want to become a flight dispatcher. So I welcome you to the world of operational control. My name is Nat Pelicano. I'm a flight dispatcher for more than 10 years. I am happy to walk you through all things about flight dispatch using videos like this. You're probably wondering why you've heard of this profession only just now. It seems that there's too few content that talks about it, especially in this world of vlogs we are in. I'll tell you what I think about it, but here's a story first. 4 years ago, I was invited by my former colleague who's working as a college instructor at that time to hold a seminar about business aviation operations and what flight dispatchers do. While I was preparing my material, I've noticed that you can only find this much of information regarding flight dispatch, compared to how easily available information is for pilots, flight attendants, and aircraft mechanics. It seems that flight dispatcher info is at the bottom. Most of the data I found came from forums that were updated years and years ago. Current information is really hard to find, so I relied heavily on my personal experience. I believe there are 3 reasons why flight dispatch is not that much represented in the internet, particularly in the vlogging community. Here's one. Flight dispatchers have shifts that can be too busy and exhausting that making content outside of working hours can be pretty difficult. A typical shift of a flight dispatcher can be described as this. Make at least 50 flight plans, read, analyze, and interpret tens of pages of NOTAMs and weather charts, answer 100 phone calls, mostly from people who are not related to the operations, listen to at least 50 radio transmissions that will really test your listening skills just to understand what the pilot is talking about. Monitor at least 5 simultaneous flights, replying to emails, and many more. During flight disruptions, the intensity can double. Then the dispatcher who's supposed to work after you didn't show up, so you will work straight and experience these things all over again. I might have exaggerated some of these things, but the truth remains that the flight dispatcher is really busy. Here's a second one. Flight dispatchers tend to become introverted due to the nature of work. A flight dispatcher has to become so focused on the tasks as even the smallest thing overlooked can have fatal consequences. Pilots often rely heavily on flight dispatchers to check NOTAMs, weather forecasts, maintenance penalties, and many more, so that their already heavy cockpit workload can be lessened. Because of this, flight dispatchers will just choose to stay inside the FOC to prepare for the pre-flight briefing rather than go outside and get some interaction with various people. Most flight dispatchers don't want the spotlight, so coming out of the shell to face the camera for a vlog can be a big challenge. And the third one is flight dispatchers don't see the point of creating content. Content about pilots and flight attendants are so well received because it inspires people that dreams can come true. I have yet to encounter someone whose dream is to become a flight dispatcher first and foremost. So creating content about flight dispatch yields little value. Thinking about this results to discouragement and gradually loses the interest to make an effort. I'm making this video as an attempt to break the norms and bring flight dispatch along with other support roles to the spotlight. I hope to raise awareness so that the next generation aviation enthusiasts choose to become flight dispatchers. I want to spread current flight dispatcher information so that companies can value their heart of the operations more. Yes, it will be hard, but you watching this video makes it all worthwhile. Every like, comment, and share that I receive is just a bonus. What's important for me is that you've learned something new from my content. To see more content like this, just make sure to hit that follow button. And by the way, that mug that you see at the start of this video, this is available for pre-order. So if you want to support me, you can get this mug. And if you're interested, just leave a comment and you will receive details. I've also made a group called Pinoy Flight Operations. You can join that to meet other Pinoy aviation professionals. I will leave the link in the description box if you're interested to join. If you have questions about flight operations or aviation in general, just leave a comment and I will do my best to answer them. Safe flight!